Welcome to the Propreneur Podcast, where we help practice owners become better entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Dino Watt.
So, thanks everyone for being, everyone that's on here, whether you're a current client of ours or not. These are some awesome, we tried to make this as cost effective as possible because we know a lot of you are really struggling when it comes to cash flow. And so all of these things are free or going to cost you less than like $30.
Nice.
And so the very first one we want to talk about, I'll take this one, and then Tyler, you can hop on the next one.
Absolutely.
Whoops. Is getting more online reviews. So these two screenshots right here, this is from a client that I ran a reviews campaign for. They started out with like 16 online reviews on August 15th. This was last year. And then by September 27th, they had 66 reviews, and 95% of those were 5-star. I think they had like 1 4-star review.
Nice.
And so the way that we did this, we're going to go over the steps, but this right now is an awesome time to focus on this because everybody's at home. They're checking their email, they're checking their social media. And if you can clean up your marketing, like this goes across the board, but this is an awesome way to clean up and get good reviews on your Google. Mostly Google is what we're going to talk about right now, so that when you do open, people can see how awesome your office is. So the first step here is going to be just get any kind of email marketing software. So MailChimp is great for beginners, and it's free, and it's free up to a certain point. I think it's like 500 contacts or something like that. And you're just going to go in, upload all the emails you have of current and past patients to the software, and find your Google review link on your Google My Business homepage under Get More Reviews. And it'll look something like this here, where it says g.page, your practice name /review. And then literally all you have to do is just create an email sequence that's going to send emails to people that look like this. It'll say, "Hi, Susie, thanks for choosing Smith Orthodontics. My name is Dr. Mike Smith, the founder and owner of Smith Orthodontics, and I would like to personally invite you to share your experience." And obviously you can customize this more. This is what we're using as more of a generic template back in the day when we weren't in the middle of all this. So you could say, like, "We hope you're enjoying your time together with your family. We'd really appreciate you helping us during this time. You can review us here." And then they just go click through and can leave your review on Google. You can also do it for other review websites. Google works the best because they're not as strict with their review request policy. A lot of people ask us about Yelp. Yelp is like super corrupt in my opinion, and they'll remove your positive reviews actually. So be careful with Yelp. But Google is an awesome way to do that. And then it really is just like magic. You watch the new reviews roll in like we're showing you here. That's going to happen to you depending on the size and activity of your email list. And then here I put this note down here, like you should only send 10 to 20 requests per day, because if you get 100 reviews in one day, Google's going to flag your account. But if you get them over the course of the time that you're closed, and you're just sending 10 to 20 requests every day, it's an awesome way to improve your marketing. And it's something that everybody knows is important, but doesn't always get to. So awesome. That's the first tip we've got. And
so what's good about that is that you actually just answered one of the questions in the live here in the stream.
Oh, no
Somebody's
way.
asking about, if you send mass emails to get reviews, you could end up getting the reviews removed. And that's why it's a really good idea not to do a ton of them. Also, Somebody was asking, though, that just recently, because of what's going on, Shajel asked about Google shut off reviews at this point. I think one of the things to think about, number one, and I'm going to let you guys answer if you've had the experience with that so far yet. But remember, whenever there's a roadblock in our business like that, let's just say Google does shut down reviews at this point, or they change the algorithm or whatever. Our job as business owners is to see, okay, how can we take the information that's here and either use it when it's available again, or how can we pivot that type of information? So as you were talking about earlier, one of the things I would suggest to everybody out there right now, if you got team members at home or team members in the office, this is a great opportunity to focus on these areas for when you come back in the office, so they can sit there and spend 2 hours writing personal notes. Hey, can you go and send us a Google review or a call and reach out and just say, hey, would you mind? Guess what? There's no cap on phone calls that you can reach out to people or text to reach out to people and say, hey, would you mind going to us and reviewing us on Google? So good opportunity for us there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any feedback on the Google stopping reviews right now?
Yeah, to respond to that, I saw a note on it yesterday. I believe they haven't stopped reviews from what I understand. They've just stopped some of the functionality that you might have as a business owner.
Okay.
But it could be true. It could have changed since I saw it yesterday.
Well, Melissa just wrote in and said she just tried and she still could leave a review. So maybe it might even be in regional areas or different times. You know how they are.
Yeah. No, I just want to kind of share my feedback on this. Like, I've helped dozens of orthodontists get more reviews to their page on Google. And this really works, especially if you incentivize your patients. You guys have a huge gold mine. Emails, text, give them a phone call, shoot them a text. But if you ask your patients and you can incentivize them, and you can even post on your Facebook page, like, hey, here's like a contest prize. Let's go ahead and incentivize these people, enter them in a drawing, and let's get more reviews. Let's get things flowing. And we could really ramp this up. Like Keaton was saying, you don't want to push out a huge email list all the same day for reviews. I've actually, being part of OrthoMarketing DFY, I think we actually helped Google change their algorithm because we broke it one day. We got like 200 reviews in like 1 week. We had to write a new algorithm because we broke it. So this stuff does work. And so if you follow the experience and template here on this screen, after the call, go and email us or give us a quick call, and we'd love to shoot this over to you. So that way you could use the same template so your guys' reviews can increase as well.
Yeah, it's a great template there, and it makes sense, right? It is how most things are. If you ask people to do something for you and you give them the actual way to do it, you show them how to do it, you give them your order, they usually want to deliver that for you.
Yeah. And Tyler, just a note on what you said. I think the contest for these kind of reviews might result in you getting some of them removed because you might have a ton come in at the same time. So I would recommend not doing a contest here, but the next point I think is what Tyler was talking about, which is asking for video testimonials. Tyler can hit up these points right here.
Yeah, so video testimonials are huge. Using your videos, you could use them in any kind of marketing stream. You could use them for different kinds of marketing through email, Facebook, Instagram. And so what I used to do with a lot of clients is we'd have them incentivize their patients by asking for videos, reviewing them, sharing their thoughts of how comfortable treatment was, no pain, things like that. Just kind of like the highlights of what people are thinking orthodontic treatment is, just kind of helping people feel more comfortable from their experience. And so if you do incentivize people for leaving video testimonials, this is huge. You could have them email you directly their links, their videos, and then you could post the ones up to your Facebook page that you want. So the way you kind of streamline and make sure that the videos that you want up there are going up there. This is great because then you have the videos in hand. You could put them in a productional video. You could have someone make a cool hype video of your practice. Like, if you have the resources in hand, this is great. You can literally use them anywhere if you have the video. So I incentivize your patients to email you their videos or post directly to your Facebook or Instagram page their experiences of your practice.
Yeah. I also love the idea of using straight their own camera, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think sometimes we as business owners, orthodontists are very particular about certain things, right? 1 millimeter makes a difference. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we can get stuck in that it has to look a certain way. You're not directing an Oscar-nominated movie here. Just have them put up their camera. It's more authentic. It's more real. Again, a good idea is to send them out a video that actually shows them what you would like to say in it or an example of what could be said. I do that with my clients and be like, okay, so I'm looking for sound bites here. So give me the snippet of, like you said, man, I've never gone to an orthodontist before that I didn't experience pain, or boy, their cookies were the best, whatever. That's the type of focus and direction you want to give people.
Yeah. And this is pretty much the same system that we have listed here. Use MailChimp, just send some emails out, or if you have a marketing software. And this is where you can create a good contest around it. And even if you get only 10 to 15 first of all, this is an awesome time when people are home and they have time to do this kind of stuff when otherwise they might not. And second of all, if you have 10 to 15 video testimonials, you can slice and dice whichever way you want. That's a huge marketing asset. So an awesome opportunity, especially when everyone's home right now.
Hey, Tyler, will you do everybody a favor here? I know what it is, and I think a few people do. Will you explain what a drip sequence is? And the other question is that how do you create a new drip sequence? So can you give a huge, like a big overview of what that is and not go into too many details, but yeah.
So a drip system is, you're basically creating an email sequence. MailChimp is very popular. Infusionsoft is very popular. Again, if you guys have questions about how to create this, we'd love to talk more in detail after this so we can help you. Of course, that'd be free knowledge we'd share with you. But when we say drip system, drip campaign, we basically mean a set of emails going out at different times. So you write an email and you put a timer in the email in MailChimp or Infusionsoft where it would be delayed. So you send out multiple emails in a campaign. So let's just say a campaign is for video reviews, video testimonials. So getting into those software is going to be key number one. And then just writing a simple email and then just dividing them by timers to go out at different times. And one key tip is that normally during normal times around the world, Tuesdays and Thursdays are best days for email open rates. So that's just kind of a helpful hint, but right now most people are home anyways, so it might not even be that big of a deal. But when we say email drip campaign, that's what we mean, is a series of emails divided by delay timers to go out at different times.
And if the tech kind of scares you and you're not quite sure how to do this like delay timer thing, you literally can just go in, write an email, send it out to everybody on a Tuesday, and then go in 2 days later and say, hey, we're just reminding you, and send it out to everybody again. So you don't have to do all this automation. You can make it really simple, but if you want to automate it, you can.
It's actually one of the things that I've talked to a few of the softwares that are out there in the ortho space, because I am surprised as a CRM, so many of them don't have automation when it comes to campaigns and things like that. They have automation of like, oh, you're supposed to come in for your appointment. But when it comes to building campaigns around just nurturing your patients, giving them the education, I've talked to the heads of OrthoVoice and other companies of like, you guys should really incorporate that. That would make people's life so much easier to do that instead of like a MailChimp and things like that. Couple other questions before we move on. Yeah. Somebody asked, are there any specific softwares that you prefer for virtual exams? Any portals that you would prefer?
So virtual consults, we're actually planning on doing another live in a couple days with Dr. Anthony Bonavoglia of Startaloo. But if you want just like a free option where you can meet face-to-face with people, so Startaloo, what it does is it allows you to send contracts, and it has payment sliders that's all digital. So you can just email it to them and they can kind of see what their payment would be like, go through the presentation. But if you want a free software to just meet face-to-face with people, just use Zoom or FaceTime even works.
I think Zoom has like even a medical one that you can do. I think it's like $200 a month where it's like specific for medical people. So you're dealing with HIPAA and all of the other things too. So that works out well. Question I had was going back to videos, I don't know if this is the case anymore. I just know back in the day, if you shot a video for your business, like video is a big on YouTube, right? It's a big search engine. So if you search Dino Watt's orthodontic office or orthodontics in Mesa, Arizona, and if I have a video up there, it's going to actually, if I've done all the keyword searching and all this stuff, it's actually going to show up better than even if I have a paid ad, because I have video right there and people are going to click on the video. Have you guys, is that still the case, or is that old school stuff that Dino's showing his age?
Tyler, do you want to say anything about that?
I don't have too much to say on that. I mean, as long as you're putting keywords on that, it should show up still, but I haven't tested that too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have something to say. I just wanted to defer to Tyler first.
Oh, nice.
So I do a lot on YouTube, and I would love to see an orthodontist like crush it on YouTube locally. Grant Collins has done like a few viral videos that have gone, like they gave away free braces to this lady and it went viral, like over 1 million views. and that it's not just that it went viral, that it's valuable, but the same thing, like somebody searches orthodontist I think he's in Minnesota. And if you have the right keywords in there, you've filmed a good video, you're right, Dino, it will pop up on Google. And people are going to go in, they watch like a good marketing video of you. They find you on YouTube. They're like, wow, even though having a YouTube channel has nothing to do with being a good orthodontist.
Yep.
They respect you more. They see you as more of an authority.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody do that.
Totally agree. Okay, so another question here, you guys, is somebody said, okay, so we got 2 different ways to get reviews. This was from Patricia. I don't want to overwhelm my patients with things we are sending out. Which one should we do first? First of all, I'm just going to answer, I think all of it is what you should do. I think patients will tell you when to stop. Yeah. But you also need to also remember, you aren't at top of their mind. So it's a good review. As long as it's good content and it's stuff that you're saying, really care for them, then that helps. But I think what the question can be moved over to is that if you're asking for the reviews and things like that, how much are you overwhelming them with asking for too much?
Yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
So my thought is, if you're going to do anything, I would probably, and Keaton might have a different response, but I would probably focus on video testimonials, because you could really wear them out longer. You could really stretch the lifespan of a video testimonial. Google reviews are there, but like Keaton was just saying, if you have good videos and if you post them on YouTube too, like you can have a channel, with your patient testimonials on YouTube talking about your practice. You can make hype videos for your practice. You could look extraordinary and just kind of show off your talent as an orthodontist through a cool video by hiring like a local videographer to kind of mash it together. So I would probably say video testimonials, you'll get a lot more wear out of them than a simple review through Google. So if I was going to pick one to do at this time so you're not overwhelming your patients, I'd probably pick video testimonials.
I like video too, because you can extrapolate the audio, or you can also just transcribe the video, and you can now have a written testimonial on your website or on marketing. You can take a picture of the person talking and put that on any type of flyers or brochures and stuff. So you can have multi-purpose for a video. It's a lot in one.
Yeah. Also, I feel like younger patients are more likely to talk about your practice through video. Like, yeah. Younger patients probably are going to go on to Google and leave you and type you out a review. Like they're probably just want to take the iPhone and shoot a review, a testimonial right there on their phone and send it to you. It's so much more easier to do that than going to Google, pick the star, type out the review. So that's what I would probably say. That's cool.
Somebody had mentioned that Dolphin does do some of the CRM stuff. I wonder how much tagging it does. Mm-hmm. In there, but that's something good for Dolphin users to check into that. I bet most people are not using that functionality, so go figure that functionality out.
And Dino, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
To respond to what you're saying about not overwhelming the patients, I agree that at this time specifically, video testimonials are going to be. I would do this first, because the results I showed of like 60 reviews in a month. That happened when we weren't in a pandemic. So you can do that at any time, but the video testimonials is a good way to capitalize on this moment. And then as far as overwhelming them, like if you're offering them an incentive with the video testimonial, making it a contest, people are going to be grateful for something to do with their kids. And they won't be, I wouldn't worry about overwhelming them.
Yeah, it's pretty funny right now, especially with their home stuff. Now people also trying to join like TikTok and stuff. I wonder how cool you can make that as a competition for like shoot a TikTok video about our office or about your experience, and then add that to it. That's fun. All right, we need to continue to move on. So let's go to your next slide of what you guys want to share.
Cool. It looks like we got like a similar, again, we'll put this out, but just so you can see this, maybe pause the video later. This is like the template for that email.
Oh, cool.
I'll take this one. So increasing Facebook page likes, this is just a little screenshot of like something we ran for a client where you can run a specific page likes campaign and get people to like your page. So right now you're not selling, like you can't get people in to start, but you can get people to like your page, kind of increase your authority there, increase the amount of people that know about you. So there's a specific type of campaign on Facebook where you can just ask for page likes. And these results we're seeing right here, I'm not like super ecstatic with like $3.50 per like, but some people might think that's amazing, and it might be you know, if you get 44 people to like your page and one of them starts and you paid $350 for each of them to like your page, and then another one starts and another one starts, that's going to be a good ROI for you down the line. So literally the only step here is going to just create the page likes campaign, and I'm going to release a video on how to get more reviews online, and also this page likes campaign tutorials on YouTube. So anybody who is sitting at home and wants to have like the technical aspects spelled out for them can do that.
So can I ask you a question though? And
Yeah.
this is the, I'm not a boomer, so don't say okay boomer to me. So this is just that non-awareness to myself, and maybe some people are asking this too. From my experience, Facebook is typically the place where people who already like me like what I'm posting.
Mm-hmm.
But like Instagram is where I'm going to find new people to find out about me.
Hmm.
Right. So is that true? I mean, what's the benefit of having more likes on your Facebook in the sense of for new patients, not just the patients who already come into my office and go, oh yeah, I'll like your Facebook page.
Yeah. So if you run this campaign that I'm talking about, it's only reaching people you don't know.
Okay.
It'll be like 90% people you don't know. And then they're going to, the value is not in them like liking your page. It's them going to your page and seeing all the content you have on there, becoming sold on you as an orthodontist, and then keeping them, they're always going to remember the 5 minutes they spent on your page if you've got a ton of really awesome stuff there.
Got it.
It's yeah, I agree with you. I'm not like a huge fan of Facebook. I think it's a vanity metric. Like you don't need more Facebook page likes to get more patients in.
Right.
But this is a great way to reach people in an awareness type of way and get them to come to your page.
Got it. Okay,
And then you're
cool.
able to follow up with them down the line through posts.
All right. Very good. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, let's hit this one, Tyler.
Cool. So this is called the Flat Doctor Contest. I don't know if you guys have heard of Flat Stanley, or
Sure.
if your children know Flat Stanley, in school. We actually ran this for a couple of clients at OrthoMark and DFY, and the patient base was just ecstatic. Like they loved it. So what happens is we have templates. You could Google templates for like a male or female version of a doctor. And you can put this up on your Facebook page. You could email it. You could text it out. You could Facebook blast it to your patient base if you have that. But what happens is you send this out as a template and you ask your patients to take a picture of you, the doctor, the paper form in their home as they're in self-isolation, right? So now all of a sudden you're going to get funny pictures of kids holding you while they're eating cereal, while they're watching cartoons, while they're like playing games with their family, while they're eating dinner with their family. And then you ask your patients, this is the fun part, to post the photos on your Facebook page. And you make it a contest. You say whoever gets the most likes from, our Flat Doctor contest wins a certain prize, or you incentivize them with either a gift card for Amazon or, free whitening kit, whatever it may be. But this is a super fun way because you get the kids involved, you get the parents involved because the parents are taking photos of the kids. And then also when they post a photo to your page, it also gets shown on their friends' feeds too. So that means their friends are going to see them posting photos of the Flat Doctor contest on your page, and they're going to become curious. Like, why are you doing this? What doctor are you talking about? What doctor is represented by this coloring image, that the kids are playing around with? And so this is a really fun way to involve your patients and to get them involved at home while carrying around a flat image of you and taking pictures of them around the house.
That's actually really fun. I like that idea. I think we've all seen the Flat Stanley stuff or vacations with that, and to just do it in your own house and do it that way is pretty fun. Especially right now, like it can be like the elf on the shelf type thing of how creative people get. So you might want to like have some rules about PG rating and stuff. But other than that, like that might be a good idea. Let's see if we have any other questions on here.
And you can find the templates. Like they're super easy to Google. And then you could put them in your emails. You could put them on Facebook so that way your patients could download them, print them out, and color them too. So it's a really easy contest.
Nice. Again, more stuff for them to do at home as well.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Okay. I'm gonna look at some more questions while you guys continue on.
Okay, great. So this is just like the steps here. You're gonna think of an incentive, something they might actually care about. Let your patients know about the contest on social media through email or text, and then have them post a picture and tag you, and then give their reward out when this is all over, like probably in a few months from now.
Or sooner, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully in a few weeks from now, I should say that.
For sure.
Any questions there, Dino?
Let's see. So we had, can doctors get the individual video? Oh, sorry, that's not, I guess that's for somebody else in there. Nope, so far we're good. I think we've got everybody clear. I just wanted to clear up, somebody had mentioned also that Ortho to an Edge. Maybe we need to go back and make sure that people understand the difference between a drip campaign and what you can set up for, and like Ortho to an Edge. There are a lot of softwares that can set up a campaign that is, all right, so here's the email, here's a new client, here's all the emails we want to go out to the client. Not a lot of them have tagging capability where it's like, oh, we want to put them in this specific campaign or that specific campaign, or if they've liked us here or they've done something here, then it will take them over here. It's just a different mindset of it, but however you're doing it, as long as you're creating those drip campaigns for people to get more information from you, and if you can create multiple ones, so like right now would be a different campaign of, hey, we're not here, but we're here to serve you type things, something like that.
Yeah.
And Ortho to an Edge and a lot of other practice or software management systems, they have ways that you could push out an email to your patient base. Like you could select active, you could select, you could select your whole patient base if you want. So even if you just do that in your own practice management software, just pushing out an email, I would just time it though. You can put it on the calendar. I'm going to send an email here and then get it out. Right. So you don't have to have those elaborate systems, although it does make it fun though. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a matrix is what it does. Fun for somebody like you probably who likes to code, but
I mean, you could automation is key in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Tyler totally nerds out on that stuff. But if you don't, I love. It's interesting, like the questions we're getting about this, because I feel like a lot of people fixate on the tech, but the tech isn't the important part. It's just the tool to get what you want. And so if you're trying to figure out how to use your practice management software to send an email and you spent 3 hours doing it and you still can't do it, don't give up. Just go get a MailChimp account and follow the tutorial that I'm going to put out. Like, make it as easy as possible on yourself just to get this out. Because it's more important that it's done than it's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody had mentioned here, just so you know, they had mentioned, just to clarify too, with Facebook likes, it's an associated reference. So if you post something that you like them, then your friends and family see that, and it gives you that credibility because of that. So great. I love it. I love the ability to get more likes as you're showing on the campaign to do so. Awesome.
Yeah. And something cool additional to that is when you're running a Facebook ad or a paid Facebook ad, it'll say many times, like if it's showing it to a friend of yours, it will say, for example, if I was shown one from you, Dino, and say, Dino Watt likes Smith Orthodontics.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, wow, I have a friend that likes this, and it builds that credibility. So
I laugh because every once in a while I'll get a sponsored ad that will pop up and I'll see that and I'll be like, really? That person liked that? Like, that seems weird. Like, why is that? But here's a great suggestion for everybody out there from Angie Martinez. I thought this was really great. She said, also encourage your doctors to reach out to patients they gave Smiles for Life to, or any other type of charity, any type of scholarship. Awesome. And find out where are they now, because it makes people really connect to that community. I think that's a brilliant idea. And all of the doctors out there pretty much do some sort of charity give back. And to be able to use that as a way to also show there's a video for you too, right? Another video reference, another way to add to that pile of videos. So I love it. I think it's great.
Super cool. So let's hit this next one. We just wanted to touch on like organic social media content. This is number 5, which isn't really a step, but we wanted to give guidelines around what you should be posting right now and all the time. And kind of like the mindset behind organic content. A lot of people think that posting on their Facebook page is going to get them new patients. But really what it does is it just creates a brand so that when somebody new sees your page, they get sold on you. So you should be focused on showing what your office is all about, like this first point says. And think to nurture, educate, and entertain, not sell. So if you're a chiropractor, for example, if you're looking to go to the chiropractor and you go to a chiropractor's Facebook page and you just see like new patient special, this and this, like we're trying to sell you on this, like click here to sign up, click here to sign up. It's an immediate turnoff. So you need to realize that it's social media and engagement goes both ways. So you want to educate, nurture, and entertain, not try to sell them all the time. and above all, make things fun. So there's a lot of ideas here, like singing to your favorite song in your car on the way to the office. Like, hey, nobody else can come to the office, but I'm going to the office today. Like, here's a video of me. A virtual dress up day in your office with all your staff included, or even your patients. Like, hey, it's pajama day for Smith Orthodontics, and everybody send in your pictures and we'll post them. Dancing in your office, you with one of your kids or family members enjoying being at home together. You can answer questions, tell stories, show before and afters. I talk about how-to, so like sending the Invisalign case to Invisalign, dealing with pokey wires, any other type of how-to content. These are all awesome ideas to fill your page with stuff that people actually value, instead of stuff like this, like National Milk Day or why did the deer need braces? Like, this kind of stuff is a turnoff, whereas all of this is going to sell you in a way that isn't really selling. I call it selling without selling. So,
well, I would totally agree with that. I think I call it edutainment, right? You want to create edutainment for people. I am somebody who I'll notice, and obviously I'm connected to a lot of orthodontists, so I'm sure not a lot of people have this problem, but I'll see sometimes where the different offices have the same one of those little generic ones, right? Where it's like, oh, it's whatever day. It's like, well, I saw that in somebody else's, so it means that you're not the one doing it, somebody else's. I need to make a huge apology. It's Angie Menendez who gave us that suggestion, not Martinez. So Angie from Embrace Your Practice. So thank you. Appreciate that, Angie.
Something I do want to point out, I'm going to kind of throw one of our doctors, Dr. Doug Shaw. He's phenomenal at this. Like, his Facebook page is always popping. He actually just a little while ago, I don't know if you're familiar with the song The Get Up, the challenge, but he did that, and that was entertainment.
Are you calling me like you're saying that I wouldn't know this? I told you, I'm not a boomer. I'm on TikTok, people. No, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram.
You.
I can totally do it. Like, come on.
No, but the thing is, like, I mean, his videos went viral and it was pure entertainment. And, you know, if you don't have dancing moves or dancing skills, that's okay. You pick different avenues to entertain people. But, I mean, he just recently posted something that I thought was phenomenal. He's starting his TikTok, and he asked for suggestions what his TikTok videos should be in the future. And he already has 7 comments on it. Because that's the kind of stuff that's going out there, entertaining and then asking questions just to keep people engaged while this time of, you know, everyone's at home. So just want to give that a little shout out, because that is, to me, my wife and I watched that like 2 to 3 times of him just doing the get up, because it's phenomenal. It's great. So
it's actually a really good idea about asking people what they like to see, because then you're going to have guaranteed eyeballs on it and you're not guessing. And I'm sure your team members will be like, well, we want to see you do this. But if you have like your team members or kids who are engaged in that, wow, that's really, really smart. Ask people what they want to see and see if you can and fulfill that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Again, I need to make the claim. I love the idea, by the way, of singing in your car on the way to work. Yeah. The PG song.
So no Eminem or anything?
The Eminem radio edits.
That's great. So Tyler, do you want to take this one or do you want me to?
You can go for it.
Okay. So this is a similar one. We're just kind of dubbed it the PR video. So the idea is to create a video addressing what's going on in your area and what you're doing. So I saw a former client of mine post something about like we're closed, but we're still trying to help out in the community. We donated like rubber gloves that we had extra rubber gloves in our practice, and we had like extra face masks. And so we donated them to the hospital. So this is your chance to reach people outside of your normal sphere with a message that's has nothing to do with orthodontics, has everything to do with what's going on and how you're helping the community. And so this is specifically educating and putting people at ease, not selling them. And you can easily push it to your local area for $5 a day using Facebook and Instagram, like post it on your pages and then push it to them. And when you just keep the targeting wide open, you're going to reach, normally the people that you're trying to target, you're going to reach a different demographic, and they're going to like you. They're going to refer you. You're going to reach people that are interested in treatment, but you might not have reached otherwise. And it's just an awesome way to get, again, like positive eyes on your practice and positivity in this time of uncertainty and negativity.
Yeah. Wow. Also, I would also just some doctors get kind of hung up on making it perfect. I understand that, you want to make straightening teeth perfect, but these videos, they don't have to be perfect. You could do them on your iPhone, Android. If you have, a simple computer, you could edit and chop things in different programs. If you need a list of programs to help you, like we can help you out with that. But just remember that this is simple. Like it doesn't have to have flying objects flying in and cool animation. Just make it, purely what's your incentives of why you're doing things, and it'll be great to get out to the public. So just don't stress to make it overly complicated.
And really, if you were to give, one of your teenager, or I guess 20-year-old millennial, office team members, a little bit of time how to do it, they can make it look pretty and awesome and whatever that way too. So don't think about it. Can I ask a question? Since you mentioned this up here with Facebook ads and Instagram ads, can you give us kind of just a quick overview of why we should focus a little more on Facebook as opposed to like an Instagram, and what it's going to do better for our practice and how we're going to utilize that?
Yeah, that's an awesome question. I'll go first, Tyler, and then you can add to that. But basically, a lot of people are like doomsday, like Facebook is gone, you need to get onto Instagram, like that's the place where people are. And I was totally of that opinion before I got into running ads. So Instagram, like if you want to reach a younger demographic, like you've got young moms in your area, totally, that's where you want to be. But at the same time, like not a lot of people care about orthodontics. They don't think about Invisalign all day, every day. They don't think about how they can help their kids' teeth be straight every single day.
Scandalous. Your teeth means blasphemy. What are you talking about?
So I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but the reason people are on Instagram is to follow like really cool fashion influencers like Dino Watt or others. Sorry about that. Just they're on Instagram for different reasons than following their local orthodontist. So yes, it is the platform where you want to be, but it's just going to be more effective to run paid ads on either platform. So it doesn't matter quite as much like the platform that you're on as understanding the difference between organic and paid. And organic is anything that's just like sitting there on your page that you're not paying for, and then paid content is going to get in front of the right people, whether or not you're on Facebook or Instagram. So the biggest deal in my mind isn't Instagram or Facebook, it's paid or not paid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Facebook right now because you can really detail target your specific audience based upon specific goals too. So, it's a lot easier to target people on Facebook than it is Instagram. Like Keaton was saying, you're kind of just driven by appearance on Instagram and different topics to follow. Whereas Facebook, you have a better chance of reaching people who are actually going to purchase your products and become a patient of yours. And plus, I always love focusing on like the older moms with like 3 children in the home who's on Facebook. She's going to be on Facebook more than she's on Instagram right now. 40, 50-year-old women out there with multiple kids in the home, teenagers, that's the audience we're going for. I'd rather start 3 kids instead of, their first child as a, Instagram mom. I'd rather go off the audience that has more children in the home. So.
Yeah, I always look at Instagram as being like the way you get attention, but Facebook is going to be the way that you actually talk to them and have their specific, give them the offers and make that. Also with the demographics with Facebook or with Instagram, you can't really do a regional or specific zip code, can you?
You can. So that's also, I think that might have been misunderstood from what Tyler said. So it's actually all in the same platform. Since Facebook owns Instagram, like I almost think about them as the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And so literally it's as simple as saying, I'm targeting within 7 miles of my practice, mom between 30 and 50. And I want it to be shown on Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds, or you can uncheck Instagram feeds. So it's not shown there. So it doesn't, it's all in the same platform. If you're running paid ads, organic's going to be a little different, but yeah, paid ads is all the same platform.
Okay. So then, I'm going to say this wrong. I apologize. Hopefully it's a doctor. Pandya asked, so for those of us that have Facebook and Insta tied and they run ads, they are always asked if they want to run those together. Is it worth to run those simultaneously, or should they be creating ads with separate content for each?
Can you ask them if they're boosting the post or if they're running it through the back end of Facebook?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think he probably heard you. Or Sajal, I think it's a female.
Okay.
Not sure, but if you can answer that question, if it is actually if you're boosting it or you're actually doing a Facebook ad, because that is a huge difference. Can you explain that real fast for people who don't know the difference between, just because people will say that to me, it's like, yeah, I boosted it. It's like, no, that's not the same.
Yeah.
So boosting is like the very entry level of marketing on Facebook. Like, it's going to get out to, those who like your page and some of their friends. But when you do an actual ad in business.facebook.com, you're able to target a much larger audience and be able to have better detailed targeting. And so boosting is good. If you're doing it, you're doing something, but, kind of like our invitation here is like, go try it out. Go to business.facebook.com and you could actually experiment and build a better performing ad, in our opinion. That's where we run all of our ads for all of our clients. Boosting just doesn't have it just doesn't get out to enough people, if that makes sense. And so boosting, it's good if you're doing it, but there's a better way in business.facebook.com. There's lots of videos on YouTube, lots of tutorials. And that's where you're going to see the huge success that you're looking for, rather than just boosting it to a small audience around your office.
Yeah, she is talking about back end, like doing it through an advertisement, cool. Not boosting.
Cool. Yeah, so to add to that, the other difference is that when you boost, you're telling Facebook, all I want is more likes, comments, and shares, not that I want new patients. And that's in my mind, is the biggest issue, is that you're just targeting. Facebook knows the people that spend all day on Facebook liking, commenting, and sharing. And so they're going to show your video to those people, or your ad to those people, instead of the people who are actually looking for treatment. And to address the question, it's really up to you. It's really hard to say. Like, we'd have to understand your area better. We'd have to understand what
the goal is.
Yeah, what the goal is, what your Instagram page looks like, what your Facebook page looks like. But as a general blanket, you're just going to want to run it all over and just select Facebook and Instagram together.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Well, thank you for that question. Appreciate it. And again, if you have questions that you'd like to pose, please do so. Even if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. With a name like Dino, I'm kind of particular about that, but people call me Dino all the time. So, all right. So I think that's all in the questions right there. All right. Let's keep going.
Cool. So those were all the 6 steps, or the 6 ways that we had a plan to talk about. So we're just, Tyler, go ahead and talk about next steps if you want to learn more about this.
Yeah, perfect. So the whole goal of these 6 steps, if you're still watching this, we want to make it fun for you and your staff. The whole goal is to keep your patient base entertained while giving your staff members things to do during this time. So the next steps moving forward is, we invite you to join our Facebook group. And then also Keaton Walker, he has a phenomenal YouTube channel of all kinds of different marketing advice, suggestions, tutorials, all kinds of knowledge on YouTube. So I'd go ahead and watch some of his videos. I actually just got off a sales call today where this doctor had watched all of his videos on YouTube and just fell in love with some of the products that we had. And he was self-educated from Keaton's video. So you could take knowledge from his videos, do it yourself. You don't have to be a client of ours, but there's lots of good resources in his videos that you could take advantage of. And then also Keaton and I were here. We understand the market. We understand what you guys are going through. We want to be able to help give back. We want to be able to help give you guys success during this time. And so we invite you, if you would like, to jump on a free marketing strategy session with either Keaton and I. And we can help walk you through some of the things we talked about today, give you other advice, some deeper level of marketing stuff that you could do. We wanted to focus primarily on the free stuff that you could do here. But if there's still a marketing budget that you guys are holding on to that you guys want to use during this time, we could walk through next steps of possible things that you could do that could be a little bit more advanced. So Keaton and I, we're here for you. We understand what you're going through, and we just want to help you out. So if you guys want to talk, jump on a strategy session, but I would definitely join our Facebook group, comment, give other doctors advice and suggestions as well. We're all here. We're a whole community. So if we're able to help each other out, feed each other ideas, that's what we're here for.
Well, that's what I loved about the interaction with people here on just this live. And that's why I like this portal that we get to use, right? I'm grateful for Facebook for allowing these type of lives where we can sit here and hear, we got some great suggestions from people here and some ideas on what they can do with their business. Once somebody asks, I'm going to ask this question so you guys can prep for it. before we continue on, and I wanted to say something about what you guys just did, just to point it out to everybody, just because I don't like ambiguity. I like to actually show people what just happened. Megan asked if we can recap the 6 steps for those people who weren't here at the beginning. Also, this Facebook Live will be on my page on replay for sure, but if you can recap the 6 steps in just a moment. I want everybody to see what just happened here is that they were able to talk about how they're trying to give their expertise and free advice so that you can make a smarter, better, faster decision, whether that be with them or without them. You and your business need to be doing the same thing this way. This is what these videos, these Facebook ads that are edutainment, as Keaton was talking about earlier, that's what this does. It gives people the ability to see you online and go, I was thinking about getting braces, or fill in the blank, whatever your business is. And that person educated me on something. At least I know I'm going to go into the meeting that I'm going to have more informed. I'm going to ask better questions. I'm going to understand when somebody tells me, they can boost my thing, that I don't want to boost. I want it to actually be an advertisement. They're going to understand when I ask about a drip system versus just being able to push out emails. That's what your job is as a business owner. So let's go ahead and recap those, and then we have a couple more questions. We actually do want to go through some questions as well, if anybody has anything they would like to throw out as well. So what are the 6 steps altogether?
Yeah. And these, just to be clear, they're not like steps. These are 6 ideas or 6 ways.
There you go.
You don't have to do all of these. You can just innovate off of them yourself. Hopefully it's giving you an idea of what you can do in your specific area.
That's a good point. Even if you did one of these, you're going to be ahead of the game. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's all about creating staying top of mind. So when you do open, you can start off with a bang. So more online reviews. This is through Google reviews, sending multiple emails to a list and getting them to review you on Google. Just a little plug here. We have a system that does this. We can do it at cost for you, so you don't have to have any headache and try to do it yourself. But we have a system that does it as well, and it's super clean. And all you'd have to do is just tell us to do it and forget about it. Video testimonials.
Go back up one more. Somebody asked for you to stay on that page real fast. Here you go.
Okay.
One more, the scripting page.
Oh, this one.
Brad, here's your moment. So grab your moment for those of you that are. And I think Avery had mentioned on this on the chat here. Are you having these available for people, the slides that they can get from you?
Yeah, we can attach these after and send it.
As a matter of fact, why don't we do that right now? Okay. So those of you that were on last night or would like to get more information, obviously, about what I do, is going to DinoWatt.com, right? Those are the places I want you to go. Go ahead and tell people where, if they can email you to get these slides or anything like that. Is that possible?
So you, you're welcome to friend me on Facebook, message me on Facebook, any of those things. Why don't we, Dino, I could just send you the link right now and you can comment it in the live.
Okay.
Does that work? And then
that's great.
If you're watching this, you can see that, or you can even edit the post and say slides from this.
Yep.
But let's do it afterwards if that works.
Yep. Sounds great.
Okay. Sounds good. So number 2 is going to be video testimonial contest. Number 3, increase your Facebook page likes. The Flat Doctor contest was number 4. Tips on what you should be posting organically, or again, organic means that you're not paying for it. And then a PR video, something that you could pay for. And during this time, I wouldn't try to sell. I would just try to educate and let people know what you're doing to help in the community. So those are the 6.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Okay. So everybody, we have just a few more minutes left. If you have any questions that we can answer, we'd love to answer those for you. Please send them through right now. Any questions you have whatsoever, even if you don't understand some of the terminology or the why we need to be doing this and why we should be focusing on this right now in this time of uncertainty that people are dealing with. We mentioned at the top of the hour the importance of making sure that you're prepared for the after, because there will be an after. But would love to hear some of your questions and your thoughts. Yep.
For your questions, tell them if they want the slides to their email in the chat.
Oh.
And then to plug into your emails.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, if like we said, if you want to get the slides, go to put your email in the chat and then plug into my emails as well at dino@dinowatt.com, and I'll make sure that we get that out to you as well. And then we'll be sending this as a link to everybody. I'm going to download this, all this stuff, and we're going to send this link to my entire list of anybody who's on that for this entire video that you guys can actually give to your team members, to have your team members watch and learn from them as well. So.
And then also, if you guys do any of the stuff that we talked about, we would love to see how it went. Like if you guys want to post on Keaton Walker, look up ortho patients on Facebook. Like we would love to see if you guys do the doctor flat contest, if you guys get more reviews, if you guys get a lot of videos coming in, like we would love to see, how that went for you guys, and any suggestions moving from that as well. So please keep us informed as you guys do some of this stuff too.
Awesome. So Millie, if you can, we're going to, instead of going back through the slides again, we're going to send those out to you. So go ahead and just send us the email that you want us to send that to. And we can do that so you can have those. Oh, wow. Look, we just got a big blast of emails for people. Okay, cool. We will make sure we get those out to everybody that's on there. We really, really appreciate that. All right. Make sure also as you're doing that, any questions that you might have. Let me ask you guys a question. What do you find is the biggest pushback that you get from docs or businesses about advertising through social media? Maybe what's their biggest worry that you guys have to deal with?
Do you want to take that one, Tyler?
Yeah, so their biggest worry, I feel like, is the Instagram, Facebook kind of battle. Like the mentality of where I should place my ads, where I should be at, things like that. Also, like the concerns is like, I've had doctors come up to me and say, hey, like I don't want to name the company, but they have a company posting that generic content up on their page. Like, why did the deer cross the road? Like, it's National Milk Day, things like that. Those are common concerns. Like, should I be doing this types of stuff or not? And honestly, no. Like if you focus on organic content, like what Keaton said, and then paid advertisements as well, you're going to be fine. Because doctors, I feel like if they have an empty, naked page, they feel like they need to fill it. And the thing is, it's better off to have an empty blank page than to have a page full of terrible content. And so that's a concern that I see a lot of doctors have is, oh, I just need to rush and fill it with a ton of stuff. Well, bad content is worse than having no content. So
That's a really good point. I would ask you too, what do you feel about just having, if they have that blank page, to going up and just saying, hey, everybody, I'm thinking about you, like a quick, like personal message as opposed to the deer crossing the road message type thing?
Oh, 20 times better, 100 times better. Yeah. And to answer your, like my answer to that question, as far as pushback, I don't feel like I get a lot of pushback. I have a lot of awesome doctors I've worked with, but the biggest headache that I talk to everybody about is just general confusion. Like they have no clue where to spend their marketing money or their marketing time. And I'm sure there's plenty of you on this call who have I've talked to and asked the question, what's your biggest marketing headache? And far and away, it's I have no clue whether to like advertise for Yelp, advertise for this person, advertise with this person. And the biggest advice I always give is just find someone who specifically advertises for orthodontists and understands your industry. Yeah. Because there's 1,000,001 agencies out there that are happy to take your money and spend it, but there's only a few who actually specialize in the industry, understand what's working, and can innovate based on what you're doing. And like they've already done 90% of the innovation. And so when you start, you're more successful than you would be with this other agency who just runs campaigns for whoever contacts them. So that's my answer to that. That's biggest great. Headache, and then my answer. Yeah.
This isn't an endorsement from me or an agreement, but Patricia says, yes, she hates Yelp too. So just so you know.
If you look back on my Facebook page, you'll see a little rant on that.
Hey, Dino. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we're planning on having a webinar here soon for virtual consultations from a client that's using Startaloo.
Yeah.
A lot of great knowledge, a lot of great advice. It's going to be a free webinar. If you guys want to be invited to that, he just had 11 virtual consultations in 2 days. And he's going to be showing us how he's been able to do that and how he's been effective. So if you guys want in on that webinar, just post that way Keaton and I could share that information with you, because I know virtual consults may be a great resource right now, and we would love to get that information out to you for free. So drop your email and we'll go ahead and send you the information on that as well.
Yeah, with all the emails we got a ton of emails here coming in. We will make sure we put all of those into the kind of a same letting them know about more resources that you have for them as well, along with the slides, so that they can get that for sure. Taking care of that.
Dino,
Let's see.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to share real quick. This is the Facebook group. It looks like a number of you have already requested to join.
Oh, nice.
But once you come in, what I've done here is created like, welcome to the group, orientation and tools for success. So you can come in here and watch the videos that I've put on about like what you need to start out with, how to add this specific thing to your site. So you just come here to units, and then we're talking about organic and paid traffic. Facebook's not a marketing platform and how to use it. And then these specific proven campaigns. So if you join the group, make sure you watch all this content, because I've tried to lay it out as simply as possible so you can kind of understand everything that's happening in the digital space right now.
And I'm going to throw a lot of this stuff up over at Best Practices on Facebook too. Since you're all up there right now, go to Best Practices too, join that. And what I'll do is I'll cross promote all of this. Matter of fact, I use Live Leap a lot. That will push this whole thing to all of my other platforms, because I want to get those people who are on those platforms, whether it be my, Dino Watt, the Propreneur page, or the Best Practices page, to get you guys that, because I think this was really great content. We were getting great comments on here about people really appreciating just really good ideas that are just straightforward. This is things you can do in your office right now. Yeah. While you're, I should probably do a seminar or something around, this is our someday, right? We always talk about someday I'll get to that, someday I'll get that. And this is our someday. So use it for what it's worth right now with what you guys are doing here. And man, I just appreciate your information and your knowledge on this. It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dino.
Thanks for having us.
We just want to, everybody's in this together, and we don't. I was talking to Tyler earlier today. Like, when it first started out, I think I was like, oh, we'll be fine. Like, everybody will be back up in 2 weeks. And then I think reality hit last week for me, and I started to get a little bit stressed. But I can't imagine if you have a mortgage on your practice, or you need to make rent, and these are things that we don't deal with as digital entrepreneurs, and they're very, very real things. And so we want to give you as much actionable stuff to do right now so that you can start back up with a bang when it does start.
I totally agree. I was also in that space. We did the exact same thing. We're like, well, 2 weeks, we can walk our clients through this or whatever. And as we got to the end of last week, we, for one, made the choice to reach out to all of our clients and just say, you know what? We're going to pause your contracts right now so you can focus on payroll and overhead and all the other things, because we want to make sure that that's covered. But as we saw it going more and more, we saw the need wasn't for more stuff to do. The need was more community, more positivity. Yeah. I'm actually surprised about how many messages I got last night after last night's webinar about how grateful they were to have a positive place to hear from people, because they're hearing so much doom and gloom, and even people inside the industry. So thank you guys for being kind of a light to let people know business is still going to happen. Here's the way you prepare for it afterwards. And we're going to be a resource for you to reach out to if you need us. So I really appreciate it. That's awesome.
Any other thoughts, Tyler?
No, I really appreciate it. I just want to thank everyone who joined on. Thank everyone who commented and asked questions. We appreciate you guys, and we're here for you. We want to be a resource, and so feel free to reach out. But we really appreciate you guys hopping on with us today.
Hey, Patricia said that she can't wait to film her video. She's glad she knows it doesn't have to be an Academy Award. So Patricia, challenge accepted. Trisha needs to post her videos inside the portals. I want to see them in mine at Dino Watt, the Propreneur Path, and I want to see them in your guys's as well. And she also said she's closed down till end of April. So you got plenty of time, Patricia. I think all of you guys have plenty of time. We're going to probably see some videos we might not want to see, but just do it anyway, because we want to get it up there.
Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're always going to try to bring you guys as much content almost daily if we can to help you out. Keaton, Tyler, you guys are awesome. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Dino.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Thanks so much again for listening to the Propreneur Podcast. We really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do so. Also, if you feel like you might be a good fit for our podcast as a guest, or know somebody who you think would be, go ahead and email us at dino@dinowatt.com. Again, thanks for support. We'll see you on the next episode.